Ann Stewart here with eXp Realty, and I'm going to give you my predictions on 2024, at least for the front half of the year, and why I think it's probably a dynamite time to get into the market if you're a home seller and buyer for that matter. And the reason is because in my 20 plus years of being in the real estate industry, election years are rather interesting. As we approach the election, there will be some uncertainty. So as you look towards the fall time frame, you're going to start to see people sort of hold back a little bit as they wait to see who might be elected. Sometimes drama ensues and it causes a premature slowness in the marketplace. But the front half of this year is looking pretty promising. I've been talking to a lot of my colleagues, and we all agree that we're seeing an early start to this year. Typically, after we get past the holidays, buyers start to creep out in the woodworks. Sellers are still working on getting their houses ready for springtime sale. But ironically, we're seeing a lot of buyers coming out of the woodworks earlier than we expected. And same with sellers. It seems like sellers are starting to kind of get houses ready sooner. Now, why is this happening? Well, in my opinion, we came out of the fall and winter with really high interest rates. And so the pent-up demand for buyers kind of, a lot of buyers stayed on the fence during those times, waiting for something else to happen, maybe interest rates to go down. Now, as we're approaching the new year, people are saying, hey, interest rates dropped and it's now a little bit more affordable for me to buy the house I want to buy. And so they're coming out of the woodworks because maybe they didn't buy or pull the trigger at the end of last year. Similarly, sellers didn't want to get on the market maybe when they saw the interest rates high, or they tried and they pulled their houses off the market because things were not moving and there was a lot more pessimism in the marketplace. But when optimism comes around, a lot more people feel like doing things like making their goals happen this year. So as we approach springtime, I think we're going to see a favorable amount of activity. Now, if in fact the Feds decide to lower interest rates, and I'm saying if, because they say one thing sometimes and do something completely different, and there are a lot of factors in the world happening right now that could keep the interest rate from not going lower. But if they do in fact get lower than they are now, we will see a surge in demand, because as housing becomes more affordable with lower interest rates, it brings in more buyers who don't want to rent anymore or who are moving into the area and want to be homeowners, and the cycle of life continues. So I think the first 2 quarters of this year are going to be really promising. I've seen the activity. It's not a double-digit appreciation kind of year. This is the type of year where it might be a little more balanced. You know, we came out of double-digit appreciation in 2020 through part of 2022, and then we saw the interest rates really kind of tame down those appreciations. We even saw some of the values kind of come down a little bit. And so now we're kind of in a year where I think it's going to be a 3 to 4% appreciation kind of year, unless those interest rates go down a lot or a lot more than they are now. Then it's going to insinuate a more robust market where home values could shoot up a little bit more than expected. So, but in all, I think the first 2 half of the year is going to be good. If you're thinking about getting your house ready, I would look into doing it sooner than later for what I just explained. If you're strategizing right now or trying to figure out where your home value sits, or just getting it ready, maybe it's going to take you months to get ready, then reach out. We're happy to help.